made up my mind, make a new start. Going to California with an aching in my heart. Someone told me there's a girl out there.
Guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. Today we're taking a look at some shaving soaps. These are from the Los Angeles Shaving Soap Company. You know, I hadn't heard too much about this company, and then I got a couple of requests to cover this one. I reached out to the owner. He was very cool, sent me a bunch of samples, and I used them basically over a period of a month, and I was really impressed. You know, you guys know that I'm a fragrance guy first and foremost. I have a collection of 500 fragrances, and they run the gamut on the low end from stuff by The Body Shop and The Gap to Amouage and Creed and Xerjoff. So I really look at how does a soap smell first and foremost, especially at a time when so many of these artisan folks are making soaps that perform really well. So let's talk about this company. This is a one-man show, a gentleman named John who is making these soaps out of California in West LA. His goal is to make the best soaps possible. They're all vegan, handmade, and cruelty-free. He uses no synthetics in his soaps and only uses natural essential oils, extracts, and absolutes. And these are also not melt in pores. These are handmade to the specifications of his formula. You know, I don't think he has, I certainly don't have anything against melt and pour, but he's making these his way and with his own special twist. On the site, there's a bunch of different products, from synthetic brushes to beard oil to the creams. The prices are reasonable. You know, you can get a plain tub of shaving cream from about $16 to $28 for the more heavily scented versions. He also sells a really cool starter kit for $32 that gets you a 4.5 ounce tub of cream. He's got a bunch of scent choices, and then you get also a 3-piece double-edged safety razor, a synthetic shaving brush, and 10 blades, including 5 feathers, which are my favorite, and 5 Supermax blades, which are really good for beginners. That's a fantastic deal. Any of my viewers who are on the fence about wet shaving, for $32, guys, I just want to tell you that's an awesome kit for a beginner, actually for anyone who's into getting a wet shaving kit at a great value. So I'm going to talk about 3 of the samples that he sent me. He sent me 7 samples in total. I thought they were all nice. 3 really stood out. First one, and the one that I probably got one of my best shaves ever with, is this one, which is called Vanilla, Eucalyptus, and Mint. Let me just show you what the cream looks like. It's definitely more cream or crope than actual soap, in my opinion. And this is a $16 soap. You can get this one for $16 at a store, and it's a great value. And what I get out of this soap is almost a candy vanilla-like note, not so much like vanilla pod, but a nice vanilla scent blended with a very green mint note. Not a menthol mint note, more like chewing gum mint, but the mint does have a tinge of cooling to it. And that also might be the blend of the eucalyptus. And the eucalyptus, the mint, and the vanilla really formed to combine this very pleasant and light accord that for me was a pleasure to shave with. I'm going to put a couple of lathering shots in here so you can see how well this one performs. Really slick and absolutely fantastic moisturizing properties. With my New York water, I did find it a little bit to be a thirsty soap. I used a good deal of water, but I got an awesome lather out of all of these. And for me, vanilla, eucalyptus, and mint was probably the biggest home run. You know, it's one of the best, if not the best, vanilla shaving soaps that I've ever used. The second one that I want to talk to you guys about is this one, and this one is called Bespoke #1. You know, bespoke implies custom made, especially when it comes to clothing. This one, Bespoke #1, is a little bit more pricey. It's a $28 soap, and this one took root in one of my old stomping grounds, the Badger and Blade shaving website. There was a charity auction. The winner was able to collaborate with LA Shaving Company on this soap. And the listed notes on this one are vetiver essential oil, 35 million year old Himalayan amber oil, frankincense essential oil, apopanax clove essential oil, pepper essential oil, bergamot essential oil, patchouli essential oil, cedar essential oil, vanilla extract, anise extract, and labdanum absolute. Some of the money from this one is going to go to the Cancer Research Institute, so that's awesomely. Second, this one smells to me almost like if Amouage had made a shaving soap. and I can't really give a much higher compliment to a soap. It's just a pleasure to shave with, very calming and soothing. Definitely has a high-end incense vibe to it. You get the nice spice from the pepper and the clove, and there's a bit of freshness from the bergamot. I love this one. I think Bespoke is awesome. It's a great scent for people who are really into niche fragrances, or just anyone who likes complex fragrances and smoky fragrances. The final one I want to talk to you guys about today, I think it's this one. It's called Topanga Fougere. This one is $24, so more expensive than the vanilla, but cheaper than the Bespoke. And this was inspired by Houbejon's Fougere Royale. Now, Paul Parquet made that scent in 1882, and when he did so, he developed an entirely new classification of fragrance. You've probably heard the term Fougere thrown around quite a bit if you're into the fragrance or wet shaving world. Fougere is actually the French word for fern, and most Fougere scents will have a top note of lavender, a base of oak moss, and tonka, and many different twists can be put on different scents to spice up Fougeres. Some Fougeres that I love are the original Brut, which I think is great, Oxford and Cambridge by Check and Speak, 1725 by Histoire de Parfum, and my two favorites far and away are Sartorio by Penhaligon's and Invasion Barbar by Parfum MDCI, which is considered an Oriental Fougere. This one is really nice as well. I'm going to link to the LA Shaving Soap blog where John actually walks you through the extremely interesting process of making this soap. And one of the really cool things that I learned was that John got his Tonka Bean Absolute from Brentley and SEO at Smell Bent. Anyone who knows my channel knows how much I love Smell Bent. I did so many videos on Smell Bent, and when I did my top 100 fragrances of all time on my blog, incense was in there as my favorite incense scent. So that was really cool to learn. I also learned that there are no synthetics or fragrance oils in this one. Everything is either a plant essential oil or extract, which makes the price understandable. I've dabbled in scent making and recently, and those materials are not cheap. And this one is an incredible scent. I have to tell you, about a week ago, I started with this for my shave. I used Country Club Classic Fougere Aftershave as my splash, and then after reading my paper and having breakfast, threw on Vintage Rive Gauche by Yves Saint Laurent, the one in the aluminum can, and it was really a pleasant combination of different creators at all different industry levels and skill sets paying homage to the same fragrance. So I thought that was just really cool. I'm a huge fan of this company. It's a little bit more under the radar, I think, than Phoenix or Razor Rock or Tiki, but man, John is putting in work, as I like to say, and this man is bringing some serious perfuming skills to his craft. You know, I know perfuming better than anything else that I know. You know, my first scent's coming out this fall with 4,160 Tuesdays maxed out. Look out for it. And at this point, I can sort of tell who's rushing soaps out and who's taking time to produce quality products. And these are definitely quality products, and they're unique. The three that I mentioned, I got to be honest with you, I have 50 shaving soaps and creams, and nothing in this guy's collection really smells like anything else that I have, from the simple idea of vanilla, eucalyptus, and mint to the very complex Bespoke, and I think that's just great for the marketplace. So I hope you've enjoyed this review of LA Shaving Soap. You can email me if you have any more questions or anything like that. I'm going to leave the link to the store and the blog where you can learn more about the making of Topanga Fougere. If you guys have any questions, again, email me. I'll be back next week or this weekend with a review. You know what it is, guys. My name is Maximilian.
California with an aching in my heart.